Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be opening this one. This originally, for those of you who do not know, in the TCG world was called Magic Ruler. It is now known as Spell Ruler. I'll give you a hint as to why. It has to do with the first name. I know it sounds a little ridiculous, but back in the day, spell cards in Yu-Gi-Oh were called magic cards. Yep. And part of the problem is that Magic the Gathering is a card game that also exists, and the people from Magic the Gathering were like, nope, you're definitely not going to do that. So they actually opened up a lawsuit against Konami. This is like 2002, 2003, somewhere around there. And they actually changed the name of the next printing of this set in English from Magic Ruler to Spell Ruler, which me and all my friends thought was absolutely ridiculous. But lo and behold, it stuck. They really didn't have a choice to either way. The card we're looking for the most in here, which I'm really excited about, is the TOON Blue Eyes White Dragon. It is the chase card for this set. I'm going to try and once again open this up without destroying the entirety of the box. It's actually quite, geez Louise, it's very difficult to open it up without smashing, there we go. Oh gosh, without smashing into the other card packs. For those of you who missed it before, the Korean sets, that's what this is, have 40 packs inside of them. That is a grand 4-0. It is an enormous amount of packs that we will have to open up. So let's actually start from somewhere in the middle. We always start at the beginning. Let's start from somewhere in the middle. I'm gonna do my card opening thing and hope that I do not actually cut these packs incorrectly and actually cut the cards. Wish me luck. Oh, it's very thick and it's very scary because it feels like you're cutting through cards even when you might not be. Throwing that over there. Alrighty, wish me good luck. We're looking for Blue Eyes TOON Dragon. I mean, I don't mind any of the other ultras either, especially in the other TOON cards, but you know, chase card and all that. This was called Bakugan? I think this was a Pegasus card. Hold on, it's trying to focus on Yugi's face in the card pack. How really funny. Bakugan, this one was called Toll. I think you had to pay 500 life points every time you attack with a card. This was very fun to play with back in the day. I think Royal Chamber Guard, something along those lines. This was Mystic Zone. So this is around the time in Yu-Gi-Oh where they were trying to bring back the idea of field spell cards. They tried to do it in the very first set with the Legend of Blue Eyes, but people really did like the idea of there being dark monsters, light monsters, water monsters, fire monsters. So they began to release these field spells that actually gave them more power. I think this is 500 attack for every dark monster. 400? I think it's 4 or 5. It doesn't really matter. And then they once again dropped the premise a couple sets later. And this is a TOON Mermaid, also very popular at the time as everyone was trying to collect anything that had to do with the TOONs. I don't know what this is called. Jiragai? I know that's completely off as well. You're just not going to focus? Actually, let me move Yugi's face up a bit. That might even help because for some reason the camera loves it. Malevolent Nuzzler. This gave, I believe, 700 attack to the equipped monster. I know it seems stupid, but back in the day, if you had an 1800 attack monster with a Nuzzler on it and it was 2500, nothing could take it out. Like, it took a while for your opponent to like find a fissure or find something. I mean, the good old days. This is, I think, Hamburger Ritual, if I remember correctly. I don't know what this is. Spirit Mirror? No, definitely no. I don't know what that is. And a Cyber Jar. A lot of people probably also haven't seen this in a long time or at all. It's a flip effect monster. This was the equivalent of Broken back in the day. You have to understand that the old Yu-Gi-Oh was like, you know, cards like this, you know, 4 stars, 1400 attack. Wow, you know, you give it a couple of attacks, it does something, it ends up going to the graveyard. This one is flipped. I believe it says you destroy all monsters on the field, and then you and your opponent show the top 5 cards of your deck to each other, and any monsters you summon to the field. It was just nonsense back then. We were like, why would they make a card like this? It was so overpowered. I know that word, you know, the idea of a flip effect monster now doesn't make any sense, but back then this was like, why, you know, you would set up making your field this gigantic thing, and then before you knew it, the whole thing was just destroyed. Electro Snake, I think this was called. I forgot exactly what it does though. You gonna focus? Not gonna focus. You gonna? There we go. I think this wasn't Horn of the Unicorn. I forgot what this one does. Another ritual card is a 5-star 1600 attack monster. You know, everyone was dying to play this card back in the day. That's a joke. I think this was called Hyozanryu. It is a 7-star, 2100 attack, 2800 defense. This is old school Yu-Gi-Oh! Where 2800 defense, you know, that protected you. That was the odds of your opponent being able to get over that were fairly slim to none. Wall Guardian, I think this was called. This was also in the anime as well. It was a very popular card. A lot of people tried to play it. It was nearly impossible. You had to have like multiple other cards out. You all know this. This was I mean, people disregarded this card for so long until people realized it was just completely broken. The Upstart Goblin. I think this was just called Peacock. And this was Crab Soldier, or I forgot exactly what it was. And this was Slot Machine. I think there was a spell card that came with this. If you equip 3 of them to the monster, you didn't win the game. I think you could draw 3 cards. It was something along that line. I'm actually gonna leave the Upstart there because it's probably one of the most valuable things in this set as well. I think this is called Weather Report. I haven't seen these cards. It's been like since 2002, 2003 or something like that. I don't remember what this is. I think you turn a face-up monster face down. Broken Neck Bird. I don't know what that's even supposed to be. Hamburger Ritual Guy. And Itodama. I feel like that name is also wrong. I think it has something to do with spirits, if I'm not mistaken. Penguin Knight, because we also had Penguin Soldier, so I think this was Penguin Knight. Just not going to focus. It's Yugi's face on all the packs. I think you would re-equip an equipment spell card to another monster on the field. I think you would destroy every monster that had an equipped spell card on them. Random Tentacly Armsman. And this is UFO Turtle, also a card that became super popular as the game went on. Back in the day, this one, when it's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you resummon another fire monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck. And a lot of people figured out that they could basically kind of run infinite decks around the time that we got Pot of Avarice. And basically keep your opponent smashing into these monsters over and over, trying to break your wall. They can't do it. You keep summoning these free monsters. You Pot of Avarice, reshuffle everything back in. You would also play Jar of Avarice to use the trap card to get the Pot of Avarice back into your deck and the reshuffle. And it was just nonsense. The thing again, Malevolent Nuzzler, Hawkman Bird Guy. This was Molten Destruction, I believe this was called. And another Spirit Mirror kind of card. Don't know what that one's called. Okay, last pack from the Almost Destroyed These set. You're not gonna, there we go. Spear Cretin. I forgot what this does, but I remember this was also relatively popular. What does this card do? Something about like 500 attack or something like that, or, that's so crazy. I don't remember at all what it does anymore. Darkness Approaches. I think you can discard 2 cards from your hand to turn 1 face-up attack monster face down, which still makes no sense to this day. Mystic Plasma Zone. This one was also super popular. 5 stars and 3000 attack. You would not believe how many people thought this card was absolutely amazing back in the day. And I think this is Senju? I think this is 10,000 hands. Search for a ritual spell or... No. This is 10,000. This is a monster, I believe. Search for ritual monster from your deck. Rituals were not popular for years and years and years until we started getting some really broken stuff. Around the time when people like really started playing rituals was, oh gosh, don't cut it, okay. Oh, it's always so scary. The most was around when we got Herald of Perfection. That was the, I think, like really beginning of people wanting to actively play rituals all the time, because we had some other ones, but they weren't as fun. Horn of the Unicorn, I believe this is. Goat Vulpix. It's 6 stars? 6 stars, 1800 attack. That makes a lot of sense for us. Hungry Hamburger Monster. This was called Amoeba. No. Squiggle or something like that. So, I forgot. I think when you transfer this to your opponent, I think you gain 2,000 life points. I think that's what it was. And this is Black Pendant. I had a friend, he used to love Cannon Soldier back in the day. So this was the first burn equipped spell card. I think when it's equipped to a monster, I think you give them 500 attack. Yeah, I think so. And then when it goes to the graveyard, your opponent takes 500 damage. So that was all my friend needed. He thought that this was one of the greatest cards ever created. Because he would use, around the time once we got Cannon Soldier and Scapegoat, he was a weird guy. He used to run a Scapegoat with Cannon Soldier, burning the entire field, equipping the Cannon Soldier, and basically throwing it into his opponent's monster. So they either took damage from the attack or they took the damage from the 500. He knew what he was doing. This is the, I think to summon, I think you had to have the 3000 defense monster and then this equipped to it, and then you were able to summon the other monster that had a higher attack. This is, I think, Taihon number 2, what it was called? Rising Air Current, monster, and oh my gosh, wow, Messenger of Peace. So back in the day, the only thing that really destroyed cards was Heavy Storm. You also had Giant Trunade and Mystical Space Typhoon. But not many people were running Space Typhoon because Space Typhoon was just one card and people thought it was very slow. So people ran this. Messenger of Peace. I think monsters with 1500 or less attack. 1500 or more can't attack. And this would stall. That's like a rush of nostalgia seeing that card. This would stall for so long in so many games. I began to, as time went on, only played annoying decks, and this was an absolute staple before you got your combo out. Chain Energy, also really popular back in the day. I think for every time you play, or each player plays a card, you each take 500 respectively. So if you play foot 1, you just take 5. If I take 1, I take 5. You would basically play your entire hand out and then play this as your last card. So everything your opponent played would burn them for 500 for the remainder. It was nuts. At least back in the day. I don't know what this one's called. Volcanic Explosion, Eruption, Electro Snake. And this was, oh gosh, something Designator or Light of Banishing Designator? I don't remember. 3 stars, 100 attack, 2000 defense. I think any card that left the field was removed from the game. It took people years to figure out the actual value of this card, not monetarily, but more like, you can just banish every card that they have. Your opponent doesn't really have a chance playing the game if everything that they want to be on the field or in the graveyard to get reborn just simply gets removed. It was quite a popular card for a while. Electro Snake. I think this gave you 700 defense. I think that's what it was. It's a really weird photo. Look at that. Like, what's even happening? He's like floating through the wind or something like that. I don't even know. The ritual card, Rock Grotto. I think that was the name of this one. And here's the amoeba. Here's the amoeba card I was talking about. This is one. This card made creature swap popular. I think when your opponent got control of this card, I believe they took 2,000 damage. So basically you would summon this, you would creature swap it over to them, you would get their big monster, you would ram their big monster into them, they would take 2,000 damage, and then even more damage from the subsequential attack. Oh, the good old days when Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels used to actually take like 35 minutes. I used to go to tournaments, and I remember the tournaments, the turns would take forever trying to figure out what to do. Penguin Knight, something changing of robes, destroy everything equipped with an equip card, Tentacle Teeth Man, and Manga Ryuran, one of the first TOON monsters that we got. Not very playable, especially by today's standards, but still very, very cool to see. It's been a while. Got another Spear Cretin, Darkness Approaches, Mystic Plasma Zone, Giant Wall, Great Wall, I don't know, and Horn of the Unicorn. Another Yu-Gi-Oh card, actually Yu-Gi card, if you will. He used to play this in the TV show. I think it gives 700 defense or something like that. It's a very weird card. All right, scary opening time. Okay, cool. I don't know if you guys see like that weird bend my hand has to do trying to like, just trying to make sure that I'm not like destroying the cards inside. Thingamajig, Malevolent Nuzzler, Crowman, Molten Destruction, and Spirit Mirror. Alrighty. Oh wow, haven't seen this one yet. I think this was called Dark Zebra. I don't remember what it does, but I think it had, yep, 1800 attack, and this is why this card became popular for a brief period of time, because people were using it as a substitute if they didn't have 1800 attack cards. Course of Sanctuary, I think this was. I think this gave all defense position monsters 400 attack, which was quite popular. Crab Monster Man Ritual. This was called Psychic Kappa, I think it was. And this is Rush Recklessly. Also very popular back in the day. It's one of the first quick play spells. Any attacking monster can receive 700 additional attack when attacking. That was very big, especially if you hadn't summoned your Summon Skull and you were trying to get over your opponent's monster or simply keep it from going to the graveyard. Electro Snake Thing, Unicorn Horn, Kappa something. This was called Mystical Sea Water Zones? I don't remember, something like that. And Rock Grotto Man. Something with 2000 attack, 2000 defense, but I have a feeling it didn't last for that long with this card. I assume he had some type of drawback. This was, I think, Final Destruction. I think you had to discard 5 cards from your hand to destroy everything on the field. I think that's what it was. Makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense. Makes no sense at all. Hamburger, Sea Monster Man. This was called... it wasn't Giragino. What was this thing called? Hero Giant? I don't remember. I think when you flipped it, I think you could choose 3 spell cards and add 1 to your hand. I forgot how it worked. That was also popular for a while. I think when people were trying to figure out new combos within the game. Once we figured out that it wasn't just, attacking and defending anymore, the game changed for everyone. Knight, equip card, Goo with eyes. It has 5 eyes. Why do you need 5? Okay. Gaia Power, I remember this one. And Tentacle Man. Alrighty. So we've had 3 super rares so far and no ultras. The Pegasus card, Toll, pay 500 to attack. Rising Air Current, Mermaid Archer, I think that's what she was called. And another Amoeba. Here's another really popular one. Sonic Bird. This was also a discard card. No one played this for years until Rituals became really popular and you could kind of turbo through your deck, at least back in the day. Darkness Approaches, Vulpix Thingy, Hamburger Chef, and Wall Labyrinth. I'll give it to my camera. It's very good at picking up faces, but it's like obsessed with trying to get as many faces as possible. Oh, that was the last one. Okay, gotta open up more now. Did I open up all of them? Yep. Okay. Okay. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, there we go. Giant wall creature man thing. Another upstart. Keeping that over there. Molten Destruction. Slot machine again. We haven't seen any of the 7s. And another UFO turtle. Very weird. We haven't seen his signature spell card yet. I think this was called Ceremonial Bell. I don't remember what it does at all. Not even the slightest. Field spell. Tyhone number 2. Ritual. Another Kappa. I have very high hopes. I have very high hopes for Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. Very, very, very high hopes. Weather report. Dark Ritual something. SeaWorld. What are you? I don't know, it has a whole bunch of writing on it, looks weird. And another Manju, I believe, not a Senju. Another Gibble, Swiggle, Plant Man. Gravekeeper Servant, this was also very good for a stall deck. This was, I think, the uncommon in the set. It says every single time your opponent attacks, they must discard the top card of their deck to the graveyard. When games were a lot slower, this was it. This was an incredible card. Gaia Power, Snake Fangs, I don't know what that does, and the Giant Rat, which is the Earth version to this fire guy right here. So this would summon an Earth monster, this would summon a fire monster from your deck after it died by battle. Boar Soldier, I think this was called, also has 2000 attack, but I assume it has some kind of a drawback because we didn't have normal 2000s back then. Destruction, Kraken Fire, something, and Waterman Under Seas thing. Was there a rare? Oh no, no rare, wow. Okay. Electro Snake, Unicorn Horn, Kappa Thing, Water World, another Rock Grotto. I think we have, what's it, like 12 packs left? Somewhere around there. Not more than I was expecting. Jeez, I know why it feels so weird. So sometimes when you're cutting them, I was wondering why it felt weird towards the middle. It's because of like the flap. They all have the extra flap right here and therefore a sticker right there because I was like, what am I cutting? Like it feels like I'm cutting into the cards. Another Sonic Bird, Change of Rogues, 5-Eye Sludge, Gaia Power, and that thing. Ceremonial Bell, Darkness Approaches, Don't Know, Hamburger Man, and Labyrinth Wall. I have a good feeling about this one. Very good feeling, very good feeling. Zebra Man thing. Sanctuary thing. Crab Man. Kappa? Nope. I mean, I was close. I still got a rare, which is better than just a common. Knife Guy. Final Destruction. Hamburger Ritual. Waterman, and another Cyber Jar, okay. I wonder if all the hollows are in like the last couple of packs. That'd be kind of weird. I think typically with Korean packs, I usually see 2 super rares, 1 secret, and about 4 to 5 supers. That's been my general trend thus far. Boarman, Sanctuary, Tyhone number 2, Ritual Woman, another Kappa. Toll. Rising Air Current. You're not gonna focus. There we go. Mermaid Woman. And Hyozen Ryu, I think this was called as well. Hyozen Ryu? Hyozen Ryu. All right, final stretch. I think I can cut all of them at once. Yep, okay. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. I'll try this one first. Wish me luck, because I really want a blue eyes. Really, really want a blue eyes. Spear Cretin. Another upstart. Got a whole play set in this. Very nice. Peacock. Crabman. And then the slot machine. Penguin Knight. Final Destruction. Kraken Man. Destruction thingy. And the avatar person body. Not really sure. Giant Wall Shadow. Another upstart. This was also supposed to be an uncommon in the set. How funny. Also not supposed to be in the set like that. Molten Destruction. And a Mother Grizzly. This is the water version of these cards that were over here. Another Wiggle, whatever that thing is called. Toll. Fortress Machine or something like that. Mystic Plasma Zone. TOON Mermaid. Oh my gosh, we only have 3 packs left. Crap, 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 crap. Okay. Mystic Plasma Zone. Boar Soldier. Unicorn Horn. Tyhone. Ah, this is also very nice. This is TOON Mermaid. One of the original, very popular cards, but not, she was never really used in many different TOON decks, but she was very sought after. I think it's very similar to like a Dark Magician Girl kind of vibe. I think people always want the girl cards the most. Very, very nice. Alrighty. I think this might be our first one of these. Dancing Ritual Woman. Jiruragan. Spell card. The Kraken thing. Ah, whoa. This originally in Japanese was called Theft. Very, very popular. I think this card is still banned. It's called Snatch Steal in English. Basically take one of your opponent's monsters and they gain 1,000 life points every one of their turns, which makes no sense. It should have been take one of your opponent's monsters and they regain life equal to the attack of the monster that you took every turn. Because you taking something with like 2,800 attack, attacking them multiple times, and then giving them back 1,000 is like, you know, a bit of a smack in the face. Very, very cool. That's why I think like the name here is so tiny, because it was just called Theft in Japanese. All right, last one. Last one, last one, last one. Last one, last one, last one. Malevolent Nuzzler. Also our first time getting this. What is this? Angel Woman Wings. 5 stars, 1,800 attack. Crabman thing. Weather Report. And... ah, Mahavilo. Okay, another holo. Mahavilo started the entire craze of equip monsters. So basically, I think every time you equip the card to her, I think she gained an additional 500 attacks. So if you had this with the Malevolent Nuzzler, so you got 1,200 attack as opposed to the normal just 700, and she kind of would tumble out of control, but she lost a lot of favor. As there was another card, was it called Benkai? The Sword Master, the guy who he could attack multiple times for every equip spell that you had. So much nostalgia. All right, everyone. These are the polls. Mahavilo, TOON Mermaid, Theft or Snatch Steal, Messenger of Peace, Black Pendant, I believe it's called, and the Messenger of Peace. These are the rares and the uncommons, if you will. Kind of weird. Usually in the Korean packs, you tend to see around 2 more super rares and a secret along with the 2 ultras. So probably not the best box that we had out there. Where's the last? There we go. Very cool. All right, everyone. Thank you all for watching. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.